Hello, students. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Students, we are now gearing up towards the competitive exam phase. Competitive exams మీరు ఫేస్ చేయడానికి వెళ్తున్నారు. ఒక ప్రాక్టీస్ ఎగ్జామ్ మీకు వాట్సాప్ కమ్యూనిటీలో పెట్టాము. రాసారా మీరు? ఎవరెవరు రాసారు? టైప్ ఎస్ ఇన్ ది చాట్ బాక్స్. ఎస్ అని టైప్ చేయండి స్టూడెంట్స్. మీరు ఎగ్జామ్ అది రాసారంటే ఎస్ అని టైప్ చేయండి. So we have got Rekha, we have got Lakshmi, Anita. I mean, these are the names which I see here. So I don't know your actual names, but Manikanta is here, Gopi is here, Chaitu is here. Have you written the practice? Have you taken the practice test, students? Anil is here. All right. So Lingam has taken good. Anil has taken good. Sagar has taken. Tirupati has taken good. The ones who have not taken, please take a test that will prepare you for the exam. మీకు ఎలాంటి మోడల్స్ వస్తాయి ఎలాంటి మోడల్స్ కవర్ అవుతాయి ప్రాక్టీస్ టెస్ట్ లో సో ప్రాక్టీస్ విల్ షార్పెన్ యువర్ స్కిల్స్ మీకు కావాల్సిన స్కిల్స్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో కావాల్సిన స్కిల్స్ ఇక్కడ మీరు షార్ప్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సో ప్రాక్టీస్ టెస్ట్ ఖచ్చితంగా రాయండి ఆల్రైట్ ఇలాంటి టెస్ట్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తూనే ఉంటాము కంటిన్యూర్లీ సో అలా మీరు రాయండి మీకు విల్ బి ప్రిపేర్డ్ మోర్ మచ్ బెటర్ ప్రిపేర్డ్ దాన్ అదర్స్ సో టేక్ ద బెస్ట్ యూ మేక్ ద బెస్ట్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ స్టూడెంట్స్ those who have not written please write మీకు లింక్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లో ఉంటుంది వాట్సాప్ లింక్ దాంట్లో మీరు ఎన్రోల్ చేసుకుంటే యుల్ గెట్ ద లింక్ with which you can write the practice test, take the practice test. All right. So, wish you good luck, students. I request Fatima ma'am to take over the session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, students. Welcome to JET program. And as you all know, these are the free coaching classes for your exams like Tsrjc and Polycet, right? So I am just sharing my screen. Just give me 1 second, students. Okay. So today we are here for our chemistry session. All right, students. So in this class, we will be doing questions from chemistry. Okay. And what will be the topic? The topic is balancing equations. Okay. So as you know, there are many reactions in chemistry. So there are equations also that we need to balance. So in this session, we will learn how do we balance the equation. Okay, students? Let's start the class. Okay. As you can see over here, balance, there is an equation given that is H2 plus N2 gives NH3. All right. Now, as you can see over here, just, okay. There are 2 hydrogen, right? And 2 nitrogen also. But when we come to the product side, okay, let me tell you first, the left hand side elements are the reactants and the right hand side elements are the product. Okay, so when we come to the product side, we can see there is only 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen, right? H3 and N1. Now, what is a balance equation? In a balance equation, just a second, let me erase it. Okay. In a balanced equation, what happens? There should be equal number of reactants and products. The element should be equal on both the sides, right? So here we can write some number, but we cannot change all the numbers. Okay, we will learn how to do that. Let us see which numbers we cannot change. Here, it is written as H2. We cannot change H2. Okay, means molecules we cannot change. Right. Similarly, here it is written N2 also. Here we cannot change N2. N2, 2 number indicates that there are 2 atoms. Okay. H plus H, and similarly, 2 should not be changed. Similarly, in N, there will be 2N means there are 2 N2, means N plus N. So this 2 cannot be changed. Okay. Similarly, over here, when you come, this 3 cannot be changed. Okay. So how we will balance the equation? Yes, we have two molecules of H2, and then we must write. We can add over here like this. 2H2 plus N2 gives 2NH3, right? Like this, we can change the numbers. We can add the numbers over here, but we cannot add numbers on this side. Understood, students? Whatever is required, we will do accordingly. Like you can write 2, you can add 3, you can add 4 to balance the equation. We just have to make sure that the reactants and product side elements should be equal in number. Okay? Okay. If we have 7 molecules of H2, right? Then we must write 7H2. Okay? If we have 2 molecules, then we must write 2H2. 3 molecules, then we will write 3H2. Okay. If we have 4 molecules of NH3, then we will write like this, 4NH3. Okay. Like this. Now let us count the atoms. You can see there are 2 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of nitrogen also on both the sides, right? But in the product side, what is there? There is only 3 hydrogen and 1 nitrogen. Means balance equation is not balanced, right? See, if we add 2 over here, what will happen? There will be now 4 hydrogen, and here is again 3 hydrogen, right? So again it will not be balanced. Then what we can do, see, and if we write over here 2NH3, means 2N, nitrogen is balanced, but there are 2 into 3, 6 hydrogen it becomes 6 hydrogen, right? Then here also there should be 6 hydrogen, right? So for becoming 6 hydrogen, we will write 3 on this side. Now see, 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen, 2 nitrogen, and both are equal on this side also, 2 nitrogen and 6 hydrogen. Now the equation is balanced. Okay. So this is how we do it. See, you can change the number of molecules on both the sides to make the number of each type of atoms equal on both the sides. This is the rule of balancing the equation. Now, we are counting the atoms on both the sides, right? And counting the atoms of H also, there are 6. If we are adding 2 on the product side, hydrogen becomes 6, right? Then on the reactant side also, there should be 6 hydrogen. So we will add 3. Okay, now it is balanced. Similarly, now the another equation is there. H2 plus O2 gives H2O, right? Now here also the similar thing is there. You have first, what you have to do, you have to check how many hydrogen is there on the reactant and product side, how many oxygen is there on the reactant and on the product side. If we see, there are 2 hydrogen on the reactant side, 2 hydrogen on the product side. Hydrogen is balanced. But if we come to oxygen, there are 2 oxygen on the reactant side, but only 1 oxygen is there on the product side. So we need to balance the oxygen first, right? Now, if you will add over here 2 on the product side, what will happen? Oxygen becomes 2. Oxygen is balanced on the reactant side and on the product side. But again, hydrogen becomes disbalanced. Here, how many number of hydrogen? And now there becomes 4 hydrogen. 2 into 2 is equals to 4, right? So 4 hydrogen. So we will add 2 over here also, right? Now you can see the equation is balanced. 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O, right? Gives 2H2O. Do not go on my handwriting, students. Okay. So this is how we will balance the equation. I hope everyone has understood. If there is any question related to balancing the equation, please let me know in the chat box, students. I'll explain it again. See, as I told you, you can change the number of molecules on both the sides. So count the O atoms. As I told you, how we are going to do. And the equation is balanced as 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Yes? Next equation. Now this equation is for you students. C plus S8 gives CS2. Quickly balance this equation, students. Let me see how many of you have understood. Okay. You want me to explain it again? I'll explain it, no issues. Just a second, students. Okay. See, first for balancing, what is the rule? The rule is there that there should be equal number of reactant and product. Okay, the atoms and the elements should be equal in number. So first come to the reactant side. In this equation, just look, there is only one carbon, right? And in the product also, the carbon is 1, right? Now, if we come to again reactant side, you can see there are 8 sulfur atoms, right? 8 sulfur atoms are there. S8. But in the product side, how many sulfur atoms are there? Only 2. CS2. So this S2 should also be 8, right? Means sulfur is not balanced. Now, if we add 4 in the product side over here, sulfur will be balanced. 4 to the 8. Yes. So we can write like this. 4CS2. Same equation. Now see, over here sulfur is now balanced. This side also S8. And this side also S8. 4 into 2 is 8. Right? But carbon has increased over here. Now on the product side, number of carbon atoms has increased. How many carbon atoms has increased? 4 carbon. Earlier it was 1 carbon, but as we write at 4 over here, there becomes 4 carbon also. Now in the reactant side, there is only 1 carbon. So what we can write? Again 4C. 4 we will add before C also. So it will become 4C plus S8 gives 4CS2. Okay. Now carbon is also balanced. Number of carbon is 4 on reactant side. Number of carbon is 4 on product side. Number of sulfur is 8 on reactant side, and similarly it is equal in product side also. So the correct equation, or you can see the balanced equation, will be 4C plus S8 gives 4CS2. Okay, this is the balanced equation. Now it is balanced. I hope everyone has understood. Okay, I'll use the another color, no issues. You just please read this thoroughly. Whatever is written on the screen, you please go through this, then you will understand. I have erased my writing, whatever I have written. Okay? Any other questions, students? I hope now this should be clear. How do we balance an equation? Yes? Okay, now I am moving ahead. See, now you have to answer few questions. A balanced equation contains, and your options are number one, it is not clear yet, Lucky Reddy. Should I explain you again? How do we balance an equation? All those who have not understood, please write in the chat box. I'll explain it again, students. This topic is very, very important. Everyone should know how do we balance the equation. All right, I'm telling you again. Okay. See, if the equation is given like this, C plus S8, let me use some other color. Like this, C plus S8 gives CS2. This is the original equation, which is not balanced. Okay. Now see, in this equation, number of carbon is 1, number of sulfur is 8 on the reactant side. And on product side, number of carbon is 1 and sulfur is only 2. Okay. So for balanced equation, there should be equal number of reactants and products both. Right? So here is one carbon, here is also one carbon, means carbon is balanced. But if we look at sulfur, there are 8 sulfur and here in the product side, there is only 2 sulfur. Right? So we need to balance sulfur first. So for making it balanced, for making it 8, what we will do, we will write 4 over here. Then this 4 will multiply to this. Okay, this number, and 4 into 2 becomes 8. Now on the product side, there are 8 sulfur atoms. But if you look carefully, the number of carbons on the product side has changed and the number of carbon on the reactant side is only 1 and number of carbon on the product side has become 4. So what we will do, we will add 4 before carbon also so that this carbon also becomes 4. Right? 4 carbon on the reactant side also and 4 carbon on the product side also. Right? Now if we write like this, 4C plus S8 gives 4CS2, then the equation becomes balanced. Okay. Okay. Now coming to the questions. Please write your answers quickly. A balanced equation contains equal number of moles of reactants and products, equal number of molecules of reactants and products, equal number of atoms of different elements on reactant side and product side, or is it option number 4, all the above? Quickly write your answer, students, what you have understood from the topic. Okay, as I can see, maximum of you are writing as all the above. And yes, The correct answer is option number 3, equal number of atoms of different elements on reactant side and product side. Okay, this is only I am telling you, in the balanced equation there should be equal number of atoms of different elements on reactant and product side. Okay, Sharanya is right. Okay, option number 3 is the right answer, students. Okay, next question. Which of the following is true about balanced equation? And your options are: number 1, it is balanced by trial and error method. Option number 2, it gives the ratio of number of molecules of reactants and products. Option number 3, molar ratio of reactants and products. Or is it option number 4, all the above? Hurry up, children. Which of the following is true about the balanced equation? It is balanced by trial and error method. It gives the ratio of number of molecules of reactants and products. Option number 3, molar ratio of reactants and products. Or is it option number 4, all the above? Okay, the correct answer is option number 4, all the above. Okay, those who have selected option number 4, you all are right. I can see Rekha, Babu Reddy, and all those who have selected. There are names are, going very fast, so I cannot take everyone's name, but everyone who have selected option 4, you all are right, students. Well done. Next question. X plus H2 plus Y plus O2 gives ZH2O. The values of X, Y, and Z are. So you have to find out the values of X, Y, and Z in a balanced equation. Okay? Quickly do this question, students. These type of questions are very important. They come in almost every competitive exam. So what should be the value of X, Y, and Z? Your options are: number 1, X is equals to 1, Y is equals to 1, and Z is equals to 1. Option number 2, X is equals to 2, Y is equals to 1, Z is equals to 2. Option number 3, X is equals to 2, Y is equals to 2, and Z is equals to 2. Or is it option number 4, X is equals to 2, Y is equals to 1, or Z is equals to 1? All right. All those who have selected option number 2, X is equals to 2, Y is equals to 1, and Z is equals to 2, you all are correct. The reaction will be like 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Okay? Well done, students. Okay. So I hope everyone has understood how to balance the equation. Now let's move on to another topic, that is acid, bases, and salts. Okay? So we will learn what are acids, what are bases, and what are salts. Okay? How does the reaction goes on? Okay? Let's start with this topic, that is like acid, bases, and salts. So first is pH scale. What is pH scale? Before we know what are acids, base and salt, there is a scale known as pH scale, which is used for measuring hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. Okay, there is a scale. The P in the pH stands for potence. Okay, in German language, potence is power. Okay, and pH value of solution is simply a number which indicates the acidic basic nature of the solution, whether the solution is acidic or basic, or is it neutral. Okay, so this is the scale used for measuring the hydrogen ion concentration, known as pH scale. The pH of neutral solution is 7. Okay, value less than 7 on the pH scale represents the acidic solution, and the value as the pH value increases from 7 to 14, it becomes the basic solution. Okay, it represents a decrease in H3O plus ion, that is hydronium ion concentration, and increase in hydroxyl ion concentration. And when the hydroxyl ion concentration increases, the solution becomes basic in nature. Okay, 7 represents the neutral or basic solution. All right. The strength of acid or base depends on the concentration of hydronium ion or hydrogen ion, okay, produced in the solution. For example, if we take hydrochloric acid and acetic acid of the same concentration, then they produce different concentration of hydrogen ion. Okay, what will happen? Acids that give more H3O plus ions are said to be strong acids. And the acids that give fewer hydronium ions or hydrogen ions, they are known to be weak acids. Okay? So can you predict what weak and strong bases are? Can anyone tell me what weak and strong bases are? See, what will be weak base? A solution which will be having lesser hydroxyl ion or OH minus ion, right? And strong base will be what? It will be, increase in number of hydroxyl ions or OH minus ions. Understood? Okay. The pH scale is from 0 to 14. The pH is an indication of concentration of hydrogen ion, okay, or H plus ions. For example, at a pH of 0, the hydronium ion concentration is 1 molar. Typically, the concentration of H plus in water in most solution falls between range of 1 m, that is pH is equals to 0, and 10 raised to the power minus 14 m, or pH is equals to 14. Okay. Okay, there is a question. Are plants and animals pH sensitive? Yes. Living organisms can survive only in a narrow range of pH. Okay. When pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, it is called acid rain. Why less than 5.6 means what? It is, coming towards the acidic reading. Then the rain is said to be acid rain. And when acid rain flows into the rivers, it lowers the pH of the river water also, and the survival of aquatic life in such rivers becomes difficult. Okay. Next question is pH change cause of tooth decay? Now, this is the major problems in even the young kids also, that the tooth decay is happening. So what is the reason of this tooth decay? There is one reason, that is pH change also. Tooth decay starts when pH of the mouth is lower than 5.5. Means when the pH of your mouth start becoming acidic, then the tooth enamel, which is made up of calcium phosphate, it is the hardest substance in the body. Okay, it does not dissolve in water, but it is corroded when the pH becomes below 5.5. That is, pH of your mouth becomes acidic in nature. Okay. Okay. pH in our digestive system. It is very interesting to note that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid. Now, hydrochloric acid helps in digestion of food. Nambi Vinay, what did you not understand? pH in our digestive system. See, it is very interesting to note that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid. And hydrochloric acid helps in digestion of food without harming the stomach. Now, during indigestion, what happens? Stomach produces too much acid, and this causes pain and irritation. That is why, to get rid of this pain, people generally use bases which are known as antacids. Okay, you must have heard the name of eno. Eno is an antacid, which is weak base. When an acid and a base reacts, then it neutralizes, right? So these antacids, what they do, they neutralize the excess acid in the stomach. And milk of magnesia, that is known as magnesium hydroxide, is the mild base which is often used for this purpose. For which purpose? For getting rid of indigestion, okay, or acidity. I'm very sorry, students, I cannot speak Telugu. Okay, salts. Now, what are salts? Salts of strong acid and a strong base are neutral, and the pH value is 7. Okay. Yes, people use bases and they call it as antacids in normal language. In your scientific language, okay, Hindi. Yes, I can explain in Hindi. सी क्या होता है कि पीएच जो होता है हमारे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में, हमारे स्टमक में, वो भी मैटर करता है. व्हाट हैपेंस, जब भी आप कोई खाना खाते हैं तो यू शुड नो कि आपके स्टमक में HCl, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, भी सिक्रीट होता है. हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड क्या करता है? डाइजेशन में हेल्प करता है, फूड डाइजेशन में हेल्प करता है. लेकिन कभी भी अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम होती है, इरिटेशन होता है, इनडाइजेशन होता है, तो उस टाइम पे क्या होता है? इंडाइजेशन के टाइम पे आपके स्टमक में बहुत पेन होता है, राइट, इरिटेशन होता है. तो इससे आप छुटकारा पाने के लिए क्या करते हैं? एक एंटासिड का यूज करते हैं. नाउ व्हाट इज दिस एंटासिड? एंटासिड का काम क्या होता है? एंटासिड का काम होता है कि आपके जो स्टमक में एसिड बढ़ गया है, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बढ़ गया है, उसको न्यूट्रलाइज कर दे. एंटासिड क्या होता है? एंटासिड जो होता है वो एक बेस होता है, माइल्ड बेस होता है, जिसे हम बोलते हैं मिल्क ऑफ मैग्नीशिया या मैग्नीशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. ओके, इसको हम जनरली यूज करते हैं अपने इरिटेशन को, इनडाइजेशन को, यू कैन से रिकवर करने के लिए, ठीक है, रेड लेने के लिए. ओके. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू सॉल्ट. What are salts? Salts of strong acid and strong base are neutral. Okay? And pH value is 7. The salt of strong acid and weak base are acidic in nature and the pH value is less than 7. Obviously, when the pH value will be less than 7, it means the salt is acidic in nature. Similarly, if the salt value is more than 7, then it will be basic in nature. Generally, salts are neutral. Okay? What are salts? Salts are basically the ionic compounds which are produced by neutralization of acid with base. Okay? Salts are electrically neutral. There are a number of salts, but sodium chloride is the most common salt which is used in your food also. It is known as table salt or common salt. Sodium chloride is used to enhance the taste of your food. As I told you, NaCl or sodium chloride is used in your food to enhance the taste. The common salt is an important raw material for various materials of daily use, such as sodium hydroxide, baking soda, washing soda, bleaching powder, and many more. Okay. Common salt, that is NaCl. Okay, students, let me tell you the formula for common salt is NaCl, sodium chloride. This should be NaCl. Okay, this is a raw material for many chemicals. So, sodium hydroxide from common salt. See what happens. When electricity is passed through an aqueous solution of sodium chloride called brine, ओके जब भी हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास करते हैं एक्वस सॉल्यूशन में लाइक इन विच सॉल्ट इज मिक्स्ड इट डिकम्पोजेस टू फॉर्म सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड वो क्या बनाता है ब्रेक होता है एंड इट फॉर्म सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड द प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड क्लोरो alkali process this process whenever you are mixing this aqueous sodium chloride with water okay it will form sodium hydroxide, aqueous, chlorine gas will be liberated and hydrogen gas will also be liberated. Whenever the gas is liberated, we represent it with an arrow like this. Okay. So the process is known as chloroalkali process because of the products formed chloro for chlorine and alkali for sodium hydroxide. Okay. Bleaching powder. Okay. CaOH whole twice plus Cl2 gives CaOCl2 plus H2O. Okay. Baking soda. Baking soda like NaCl plus H2O plus CO2 plus NH3 gives NH4Cl plus NaHCO3. NaHCO3 is what? It is baking soda. Baking soda is a mild non-corrosive base. Okay. The following reaction takes place when it is heated during cooking. NaHCO3 in the presence of heat, what does it give? Sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 plus H2O, that is water, and plus CO2, carbon dioxide gas will be released. Washing soda, that is sodium carbonate. Students, you should know all these formulas. These are very important. Bleaching powder, washing soda, okay, baking soda. Formulas you all should know. Washing soda means what? Sodium carbonate. Another chemical that can be obtained from sodium chloride is Na2CO3 dot 10H2O, washing soda. Okay. You have seen above that sodium carbonate can be obtained by heating baking soda. Recrystallization of sodium carbonate gives washing soda. Okay, it is also a basic salt like Na2CO3 plus 10H2O. Again, this will give Na2CO3 plus dot 10H2O, that is sodium carbonate or washing soda. Okay, plaster of Paris, that is CaSO4 dot half H2O. This is now in most of the houses, you must have seen the designing is made of plaster of Paris. Statues are made in short form. We call it as POP, right? So how does it this form? On careful heating of gypsum, that is CaSO4 2.2H2O at 373 Kelvin. Over here, there will be a dot, students. Okay. This is the gypsum, CaSO4.2H2O. When we heat it, it loses water molecules partially to become calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Okay, calcium sulfate hemihydrate means what? CaSO4 dot half H2O. Why hemihydrate? Because here half H2O is there. This is called plaster of Paris or POP. Okay. The substance which doctor use as plaster for supporting fractured bones also in the right position. Whenever we have a fracture, plaster is done. So plaster is done of this material only, that is POP, plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is generally a white powder, and on mixing it with water, it sets into a hard solid mass due to the formation of gypsum. Like CaSO4 dot half H2O plus half H2O will give what? CaSO4 dot 2H2O. Okay? Means if you will add water to plaster of Paris, what will happen? Again, gypsum will be formed. Okay, and this gypsum will become harder. All right, students, that's all for today's class. We will do a few more questions related to this topic in the new class tomorrow. Okay? Yes, we use plaster of Paris for bone fractures, for preparing dolls also, for preparing we will do this multiple choice questions in the next session. Okay, students? I'm leaving till here. You all please stay tuned. Okay, we will meet super soon again in the new session, in the upcoming sessions. And yes, do not forget to follow this channel, that is JET program, and do refer to your friends and family members also, so that they can also be benefited by these classes. These are the free online classes for the exams like Polycet, Tsrjc. All right, students, thank you so much. Bye-bye.